Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the one and only, the often imitated, the never replicated, the original, the one you know and love, me! I'm not going to do the show like that. Hi. Hello, everybody. That's the intro. Hi. Welcome to the show. I'm going to discuss a few things before we get this show on the road. So, meet what I'm going to call season 3 is going to be fairly different from the first two for the following reasons. One, I'm not going to be following the strict question and answer, very interview-like nature of the show. I feel like that just makes it a little dull, and I don't know, it just makes it like, I don't know, I don't like it. Second of all, I know that I've talked about who the first 3 episodes of this were going to be, being Eric Van Wilderman, Husey, and I think my girlfriend was going to do one, but I figured waiting for the right time to do those was just going to be too tedious and going to take too long. And I just figured I had the opportunity. I had the time. My guest here had the time. So, yeah. The other thing I wanted to do, I'm going to take audience requests for people into consideration. But for the first 3 episodes of this series, I'm doing people who I personally like. I just want to get to know more, and I want to talk about things that they've done and hopefully like give you guys a better insight on like some of the stuff that they've been doing. So I want you guys to let me know in the comments what you think of this episode, because it's going to be vastly, vastly different from anything. It feels weird like I'm sitting here like knowing I'm recording a meat episode, but there's nothing left to do but get things started. So my guest today, you all know him. You all love him. He is someone who I've been following since like 2.0 came out. Like I love this guy. I love his work. I continually am blown away by some of the things he's been doing lately, especially very recently with the level editor. But it is the one and only Spu7Nix. Say hi, dude.
Hello.
How are you doing on this fine evening?
I'm quite tired right now, but I'm fine.
You ready to answer some questions and talk about some stuff?
Yes.
All right, let's get into it. I'm gonna start by skimming through the old questions list, only just for the sake of covering things that really. I'm looking through the question, and they're just really weird. Like one of the questions I used to ask was, "Do you identify as a creator or player?" Now, for people who are a fan of these people, would already know that. So I'm not going to go over the questions that are dumb, but I'll start with something like this. Hey, Spu7Nix.
Yes.
What is your name?
My real name is August.
August. That's a really nice name. August, like the month August?
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, but like it's kind of irritating too because people make jokes when I tell them my name.
Well, I think
the jokes get really old really fast.
I think that's a really clean, really unique name. I like it. Where are you from?
I'm from Norway. Do you want specified like
address, phone number, social security number, monthly income? No.
I think it's safe to say I'm from Oslo, Norway.
Okay, yeah, that should be fine. So we're gonna skip all the stuff about creator or player, and we're gonna get straight into the good stuff. First thing I want to talk about, I just want to talk about some of the stuff you've been doing in GD. Let's go back to the one level you made. It was a movie. I forgot what it was called. I believe it was a Chinese name, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, Tinsha.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So why don't you tell the folks at home what kind of process you went through like to make that happen? Because I'm sure a lot of people would love to know.
Yeah, so it all started like when there was this small GD contest community called WMC, Weekly Mini Contest or something. I tried to make an image bot that just converted images into GD levels. The mods didn't like that, but I continued like experimenting with it.
The mods for the contest?
Yeah, the mods for the contest didn't like me, obviously, just importing images in. But yeah, from then on, I got really interested in like trying to script things into GD, and I soon like got in contact with some, notorious GD hacked developers, and I like got to know all the stuff you need to know.
Right.
And yeah.
Know all the stuff you need to know about what? Like how to like mess with the game from the outside?
Yeah, how the like levels are encoded. I was always interested in programming and stuff.
I gathered. I mean,
so yeah,
dude, you're making which beautifully lets me segue into my next point. You made what is essentially a 3D engine in Geometry Dash.
Yeah.
Just there's the two obvious questions are how. So if you want to talk about that.
Well, yeah, it's the thing is it's not really 3D like technically because the third dimension is not calculated, it's just illusion that makes it look like 3D. How it's done is basically a method called raycasting. It was first used like in the 90s in some early games. But now I like reused it for making games in Geometry Dash.
I think you did a fantastic job. Was that quote unquote 3D engine like external tool assisted, or did you figure that out yourself in the game?
I mean, I figured it out myself, but I used a tool not because I couldn't make it manually, but because it's very much more easy to tweak certain parameters like field of view and stuff like that to get it just the way I wanted. If I didn't, I had to rebuild it like 100 times, and I didn't want to spend time doing that. I saw no point in doing that.
All right. And the other obvious question is, you said you had like you said you had like a big interest in, you still do obviously, literally on Discord as we're recording this interview, it says playing Visual Studio Code. Like, are you coding as we talk?
No, I just have it open because I don't bother closing it. But yeah.
All right. As a medium for programming, why GD?
You know, I've got the audience, I guess. I mean, I program a lot outside of GD too, but no one looks at it.
Okay. Well, I mean, do you like publish your other work?
No.
Well, maybe give it a shot, dude.
I actually made an App Store app when I was 13. But
Is it like still available?
No, I didn't bother paying for the license anymore. So.
What was the app? What was it?
It was called Cosmos. It was basically a arcade game. I didn't really bother with the gameplay. I'm much more bothered with like the system and the shop, and you could buy multiple rocket ships and like they had special abilities and stuff.
Now, because it's a mobile app, I gotta know, were you that guy? Did it have microtransactions?
No. I was 13.
All right, he gets a pass. We're good. I assume having the app, like making your own app, wasn't the first step. Like, where did it start? Like your interest in like coding.
Oh God. So I was 5 years old. I'm not even kidding.
Oh my God.
And there was just a club for family of people to eat dinner and stuff. And there was some guys who liked to teach coding because there was a big initiative to teach coding to kids in Norway. And I went on it and I found it fun. And then I made home and made irritating games for my friends. It's in Scratch, by the way. Yeah, so we made games for each other. And then like I got interested.
Where did your interest in Geometry Dash start? Like when did that start?
When I was 11, so a bit later, quite a while later actually. My friend was playing like Theory of Everything in practice mode on his phone. And I thought it looked interesting, I guess. I don't know. So I got the game and we like competed who would like beat the main levels first. And then I got into the GD editor, and yeah, my friends quit playing GD, but I kept on playing because I had no other interests, I guess. So yeah, I was still like 11 years old, so my levels were unbelievably bad.
These levels, do they still exist?
Yes.
Oh, they do.
I can't delete them.
Oh,
So,
well, now everyone's gonna go have a field day. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's not a problem. They're not like embarrassingly bad, they're just bad.
So now here's my question. When did you realize that GD had the capacity to do the sort of things that you're doing, like making games, making like the 3D stuff, making movies? Like, when did you realize GD was a viable platform to you to start experimenting on?
Like late 2.2, middle 2.2, I guess. I started like, not to push the limits, but I joined the Effect community together with like people like Ilrel
and like Echonox
and Galton, Echonox, yeah, and other people. Our goal was basically to make people say, how did you do that? That was basically our thing. And we tried to make things that people didn't think you could make in GD, basically.
If it hasn't been said already, which it probably has, allow me to be the first to say, you have well succeeded.
Yeah.
You have well succeeded, my friend.
Yeah, and Galvatron and Ilra has too, I think. So I started making games in GD, like Serpunch kind of stuff, quite early, but I didn't really release them except one called Discombobulate. Yeah, it's just basically a bunch of games inside one level. So yeah, it was probably like when I started to get a following around start of 2.0. I mean, I started to get featured levels, and since I was like 13, 12, I was really hyped. I thought I was famous.
Really? You were only 13.
Yeah, that's why like it's kind of weird that you liked my levels. But yeah.
Oh my gosh, they were
so
really cool, dude.
All right, sure, whatever you say.
Bruh. All right. We will discuss this later.
Okay. Manix, Manix, the creator who created levels. Anyway, he on the stream once, someone asked him what was his least favorite creator, and he promptly answered it was me.
No.
So yeah, it was really like sad for 12-year-old me. But after that, I tried to make like more good levels, quality or quantity. Because before I was like just chucking out levels every third day or something.
Right.
Like the idea of just trying to make really good levels. That took a really long time, but still were good.
All right, so let's now talk about like what's next. Like I want to break that into two questions. Are more of your work in progress projects like experiments, like the movie thing or the 3D engine thing where it's like a game inside GD? Or do you have more like traditional, like game modes, obstacles, beat the level?
I don't have any personal projects that are traditional levels, no.
Really? Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So you've since long left like just making regular GD levels.
I mean, yeah. Since my last traditional level called Platonic, I got really, really tired of using the editor. Like, so tedious, and it's like, yeah, and when I started like programming things into GD, it was really a refreshing way to create levels, in my opinion, because you could like express yourself in a different way, I think.
Could you give the people watching maybe any hints on what they might expect from what you're working on? Like what kind of...
Yeah, so as you may or may not know, the 3 levels that I made using, non-traditional methods, one of them got rated, 2 of them didn't, and Viperin told me that RobTop didn't want to rate them because they were laggy, and he didn't like that I used script to make them. One of the reasons I kept making the auto levels was because in the 2.1 awards, there's a place for top auto levels, and there aren't that many notable auto levels in 2.1. So I'm like thinking of some ideas for another auto level maybe. And I also have another big project that actually I won't tell you about that project.
Ooh, okay. What is it? Just like, is it too early in the project to talk about, or is it just you want to drop a bomb on these people?
Actually, the reason I don't want to tell you guys about it, or you, I mean you would probably know it if you've been looking in the GS chat recently. It's because if I told you, it would ruin it.
If you told me,
kind of.
It would. Okay, well, I don't necessarily know what you're talking about. Is there anything else that you would want to maybe like tell the people who are watching this, like just in general? Like, is there anything else you want to say?
I don't know. No, not really.
Okay, so a tradition on this show is that I ask you a question for the next guest. And then you, like off the start of the series, I would ask each guest every single question. But there's like 20 questions. We're not going to get through them all. So you are going to be asked a question from the previous guest, Taryn. Are you ready?
Okay.
If given the opportunity, what would you permanently remove from Geometry Dash?
I would remove the spider game mode.
Really?
Yeah, find it pointless.
What makes you say that?
you just use the ball.
Well, I mean, the ball it's not really the same as the ball. I mean,
No, it's not. But like, I mean, maybe I would rather remove the ball game mode. But like,
well, yeah. Which one do you like more?
The thing is, I like to play the spider more, but the ball is like much more basic, and it would be really weird if you only had the spider for new players. Like,
yeah, I mean, I
wait,
personally,
what is this?
Yeah, I cannot. I'm terrible with the spider. I'm not used to it.
I'm actually quite good with the spider. I think that's my like best game mode for some reason. I'm not like, it's not comparable to anyone because I'm a really bad player. But
okay, well, I mean, let me be the first to tell you what you might lack in playing. You knock out of the park with what you've been making, and I think it's fantastic. And I hope, again, because I've seen, I think it was your, what's that level name again? I always forget what it's called.
Tincha?
How many views does that one video have that you put out?
About Tincha?
Yeah.
So that video has 300,000 likes.
Well,
almost.
Likes or views?
No, 300,000 views.
Dude,
views. I mean,
so well deserved. Well deserved.
But listen here.
What?
I made a video about the 3D level too.
Yeah.
And it currently has 691,000 views.
Well deserved. So like, I know this sounds like sappy, but I'm so happy for you, and it's been like awesome to see like I mean, I know I sound like tacky because like I was the only one in 2.0 who saw something like amazing in what you've been doing, and look at you now. My mind is blown. I hope everyone's is too. If they haven't checked out your stuff, it's worth giving it a look. It's just ridiculous. Before we end, I asked you, what do you want to ask the next guest on this show?
Oh god.
And if it these are two very different people, but if it helps you decide on what your question is, and I'm gonna bleep these names out, the next two guests on this show, in either order, and
right. I know programs, so maybe I should ask.
Make sure this is a question that either one of them could answer.
Yeah, I know.
And bear in mind, it doesn't have to be targeted at them. It could just be a random question.
How good is rice cakes from 9 to 10?
From 9 to 10?
Yes.
On
this rice cakes
a
are good.
Scale of 9 to 10.
Yeah, that was the word I was looking for.
How good are rice cakes? We'll pass, and we're going to pass that on to the next guest of the show. I think I pretty much covered everything I wanted to talk about. Again, if you're still watching, thank you for watching this far of the video. Again, I'm trying to break off of the question, answer format. I feel like that was really clunky. I don't think it worked. I got awkward at times, but I feel like making it a conversation makes it a lot less forced.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is going to be a fresh new take on the show. I hope you all like it. I really liked it because this was so, I mean, it helps to have known the person. I mean, Spu7Nix and I have talked before. We've played Minecraft, and the house, I don't know if you caught this. I don't know if you watched the video, but I did a house tutorial recently for Minecraft, and
I saw that. I didn't watch it.
Our house was used as one of the examples.
Was it?
Yeah, because you know how I made that one little 3x3 house and I like mirrored it for us?
Yeah, I remember.
That's the design I was discussing in the video. So yeah, for those of you who are interested, yeah, that's a thing. Let's wrap this thing up. So Spu7Nix, where can people find you? Where are you? What sites are you on? Plug yourself.
I'm on YouTube. I'm on Geometry Dash. I'm on Twitter sometimes. I'm on GitHub. Okay, just do the thing. All right.
All right. So his YouTube, his Twitter, and you said GitHub?
Yeah, those two.
Not GitHub?
I mean, if you want to look at my ugly spaghetti code, you can do that.
You need to let the people give you a chance, my guy. There's probably a lot of people who you gotta understand. There's probably a lot of people who follow you because they too are interested in coding, and I'm sure they would love to see that stuff.
If you ever have a question about coding, I'm probably going to regret this. But like, just you can ask me. It's fine. Not scary. People are like, I'm sorry for bothering you, but could you please do this thing? And I'm like, yeah, sure.
DJ Khaled suffering from success. All right. We'll wrap this up. Well, again, thank you so much for joining me on this show, Spu7Nix. Really, really glad to have you. Really glad to
No
just
problem.
show the people the man behind what all these again, I cannot stress enough. I think what you're doing is just ridiculous, and I'm excited to see what's to come. But yeah, thank you for coming, and just this man's fantastic. Go follow him. Just
Thank you for letting me be here.
Of course. You have been on the meat list for so long. I've been wanting to get you on this show for so long. I just never made it happen. And even though I had like other people on the roster, I was just like, I gotta do it. So if you've watched this video, if you watched till the end, thank you for watching it in its entirety. It really does mean a lot. I know that it has been so long since I've put out one of these videos, and just thank you for sticking around in my absence. The subscriber count has been slowly ticking up in my absence. That really, really means a lot. I want to thank everyone for supporting the music, because I know that's not as big and as like sought after as meat, but it's something that I'm very passionate about, and I'm really glad that people enjoy it. I don't need to tell people that I'm on YouTube. I feel like that'd be a bit redundant. So links below. I'm on Twitch. I'm on Twitter. I just got an Instagram page. Go follow me down there. I post music on Newgrounds. For those of you who don't know, who haven't been keeping up, I've got merch. There's really not much for me to say. Anything else you want to say, man?
Goodbye, people. Subscribe to CSX42 the Gaming. No, CSX42. Sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. I'm not gonna post. It's you guys do whatever you want, but you did hear the man. So
you know what to do, guys.
You guys know what to do. But that's gonna do it. Again, thank you all for watching. Yeah, if you like this video and you want to see more like it, please subscribe and share this video to your friends, places, things, and the blah blah blah. But that is gonna do this video. And I will see all of you in the next one. Right in time. My chicken nuggets are done. They just beeped in the oven. All right, that's a wrap. Good night, everyone.